Hello, Brandon here. Yesterday was one of the biggest days of my life. If you've been following any of my stuff for the last few months, you'll have been hearing me talk about The Voice. Yesterday, I auditioned for NBC's The Voice. I've been working really hard for this. I practiced the last few months on vocal techniques and tuning my voice, learning more, pushing my limits, going hard. And yesterday was the day it all accumulated to. So yesterday morning, I woke up. The audition was set for 7 a.m. I woke up at 5:30. Looked up, stared at my ceiling, and thought, I'm auditioning for The Voice today. Rolled over, went back to sleep, woke up at 6 for reals. Got up, got some food, ran out the door, got there probably around like 6:45, 15 minutes before the call time. And got out of my car, paid $10 for parking. $10 for parking, walked inside and got to the building area. Outside of the building was where the line was. So I kept walking along the side of the line looking for the end of it. Kept walking, kept walking. 5 minutes later, 10 minutes later, finally found the end of the line. Probably about quarter mile long. Very long line. Probably about 1,000 people standing in line. Got to the end of it, stood there. Fortunately, made a few friends right away, was talking for a long time during the entire line, and about two and a half hours later, we got to the front of the line. Now, the front of the line was right outside the main building. We got into that building, and that was just the first part of the line. The people at the front saw my ID, saw my paperwork, let me in, and somebody said, "Oh yeah, bro, this is only the beginning. You've got another maybe like 4 hours to go." And I was like, all right, that's okay. I'm here to audition for The Voice. None of this long wait time stuff's gonna bother me, so we're good. Let's do this. Get inside. The line just goes on and on and on. I walked up and past this red carpeted area. It was full of another bunch of people in the line. Ran to the bathroom real fast at that point, and when I was in the bathroom, it was really funny because that's probably the only time I've ever gone to the bathroom in my life where I'm going to go to the bathroom and have like 50 people singing in the bathroom. Apparently, the bathroom has the best acoustics of any large building that you're ever going to be in. So that's where singers will actually go to warm up and or just practice their songs. So as soon as I went to the bathroom, like I could hear from the girls' bathroom louder than the guys' bathroom, just getting closer, just all the people singing. It was actually really funny and actually kind of cool to listen to too because all these people were really good. So did that, got back in line. My friend saved my spot, got in there, and then rounded the corner into this huge warehouse. And if there were 1,000 people outside, inside there were probably about 3,000 people. So do the math, and there were probably about 4,000 people all there to audition that day. And the people who got to audition got 45 seconds of singing time. So if you do that math, from the start of the till the end, about 4,000 minutes of singing was listened to by all these people who are part of the show. So I was in line for a very long time. They sectioned us off into little taped off groups, and when that happened, we kind of just were waiting around for a long time, and then they called each sectioned off group one by one. My group just happened to be the last, but they would call like, okay, you guys are ready. They'd undo the tape and then walk us around to where the registration tent was. So while I was in line, made a few new friends. It kind of dissolved from a line into like a big cluster inside our taped area. Made a couple friends, made friends with a guy with this epic beard. And he was there with his daughter, and we just started talking a little bit, and he was telling me, yeah, she's been a singer her whole life. And at first I tried talking to her, like I didn't realize she was with the dad, and I was like, hey, are you singing today? And she's like, yeah. And she was kind of shy, and so he was like, yeah, she's a good singer. I think she's gonna do a great job. And I was like, that's awesome, that's so cool that you're here so young. And so I got talking to him for a bit, and he was asking me, so what's your story? And I told a little bit of my story, like, you know the story. Like, when you get to the front, and if you get, like, past the first and second auditions, then the producers want to know, what's your story? Why is America going to love you? So I told him a little bit of what I'd been working on and talked to him about how important it is for me to reach out and to share light into people's lives and to make them happy and to make people's days just a little bit better somehow. And I talked about how I'd gone through depression and how I felt like I was able to connect with people because of that, and that gave me an advantage in trying to reach to the world and share with people and talk with people. And he started talking about his life a little bit and about his career, and said he was 42. He'd already kind of been through that area of life. He's already married. I think he said he had a couple kids, and his girl was loving singing, and so she was here to audition for the first time. 13 years old is the youngest you could audition for The Voice. So we kind of just waited around for a bit. I met a few other people. We got through security. The security stamp at the end was a star. Go figure. Mine's gone now, but I had a star on this hand, and got through that. They ushered us over around the side into another seating area. We registered at the desk. The people behind the counter were people that had been hired to work for the event for The Voice. They were just giving us wristbands and everything. Got the stars, got past the big area where you could take pictures. That was cool. I took a picture, and then immediately like 4 or 5 other people all asked me to take their pictures too, and I was like, sure, whatever. Took those pictures and then went and sat down. And then that was when the real wait began. We probably were sitting for close to about 2 to 3 hours. And from there, people got bored fast. People did the wave. Some guy stood up in a green vest, and he was like, everybody, let's do this. And he just kept like trying to do the wave with everyone. And everyone's like, nah. And then he did it a couple more times, and everyone's like, yeah, let's do this. And they like kind of chimed in, and I recorded a little bit of the like 5th or 6th attempt from this guy. But props to you for getting someone to do something. Somebody went around pouring honey in people's throats. Apparently, I did not notice. Apparently, it's common knowledge that honey will help you sing better, regardless of like where you're at and nerves and like temperature and everything. A little bit of honey will actually make your voice a little softer. So this guy went around pouring honey down people's throats, and it was hilarious. I thought it was awesome. It was like that kind of thing you see where you're like, I don't know, attending somebody's like summer camp for the first time, and they have this really cool tradition. It's like, I like this. This is weird, but I like it. That's how I felt about the honey. Got bored in line, met a bunch more people, got up, walked around, went to the bathroom a couple more times, not because I had to go, but just because I wanted to sing. Walked around the open area, sang a bunch more there. Finally, my row got called. And at this point, I've been waiting for probably about 6.5 hours. And my row got called. We walked into another red carpeted area, and it was our turn. I saw this cool voice sign, and I took a picture next to it, and there was a big arrow pointing to where you're supposed to go, and I kneeled next to it, so it seemed like it was something funny. I think it was probably funnier in my head than it actually ended up being. Got into the waiting area, sat against a wall, and they called us in. When we went in, it was 2 rows of 5. And they called us up one by one. Not they, actually she. There was only one person behind the desk, and she had a laptop, and it was a very intimidating little laptop. Probably the scariest laptop I've ever seen in my life, just because I knew the stuff that was going on to it. Typing out, like, as we were getting up there one by one and singing. And she would call someone's name, they would stand up, they would announce the song they were about to sing, and then they'd sing it. And it was just a cappella, by yourself, no microphone, just in this room. I went second of our group of 10, and oh my gosh, I was nervous. I panicked. I did something weird. The song I sang was Smash Mouth's version of I'm a Believer. And so I think I ended up starting the song like, I used to think that love was just for fairy tales. But I did like this love thing as I started to sing it. And I was like, what did I just do? Like in my head as I was doing my audition, I was like, what was that? I just went with it though, kept going. And I did my thing. I thought I hit the notes really well, especially the high notes once I got to the chorus. But at the end of it, she looked at us and said, well, you guys, that's a no from me. You all are decent singers. I don't think she said decent. I think that's how it went down in my head because maybe I was a little bit bitter as I walked out. You're all good singers. You maybe just need a little bit more practice and you'll be good for next year. Please try out again. And they let us go. I think it was a very gentle crushing feeling like I didn't make it because it was so important to me. But on the way out, I saw everybody else who I was friends with that just tried out too, and they're like, "Yeah, we didn't make it." And apparently, there were a very, very, very small number of people who made it. I only think I heard from maybe like four, not heard from, but saw probably like 4 or 5 people of like the 100, maybe 200 people that I saw go in. So very, very, very selective, and that was the story. It was a very long time waiting in line. I ended up leaving probably around 2 o'clock, and I got there at 6:45. So 7 hour day. That is a long time to be at an audition. But honestly, it was worth it. Even though I didn't make it, I'm gonna try hard for the next one, and maybe the next one's where I'll get in. I'm gonna learn a lot more, practice a lot more, and work hard to get to the next level. So that's my story of how I was at The Voice. Thank you for watching. Feel free to leave comments if you've had any experience auditioning, or if you just want to comment and hear anything else about what my audition was like. But I will talk to you guys another time. Maybe I'll go ahead and record the audition that I did and record the song that I did so you guys can hear it. But I will see you guys next time. Peace out.